Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So, this week I worked on some more stuff for Infinity CodeOne and kind of took a break because, well, I painted a lot of miniatures last week and only painted 3 models, but I had a lot of fun painting them. I finished up 25 points of Infinity CodeOne for my Warhammer, Winter 4, the snow folks. I painted some Nisus and the Dire Foes special character, the Troll Hunter Gunner. And they're really cool. Gunner's got kind of like an Imperial Wolf Baron thing going from old Warzone. And then these are just cool sci-fi models in trench coats with big guns, and one's a hacker. I also got base coats finished for the 25-point expansion for my Army of the White Banner for Yu Ching. Built up my Dire Foes special character so I can run through the Dire Foes missions too. Although I'm going to do all of the core missions from CodeOne solo so everybody can get a look at them, playing with like a 25-point army in the mid-scale game. I got my new adventures for Warhammer Quest cleaned up and based. I dug out some models to start doing Perilous Dark from Frostgrave so I can start a new warband. I'm going to take a census. I'd kind of like to do like a themed warband, but I'm looking for ideas. I'm going to have people throw out their own ideas as to what they want a theme warband to look like, using a whole bunch of different parts and compatible sprues. And I grabbed a Kaplan Tactical Service box as well to expand my NA2 armies, which I'm pretty stoked about. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So here's my painted models for this week. I finished up Gunnar in the middle here with his big trench hammer and his like bear cape and top knot. He does like have some awesome Wolf Baron vibes. If you've ever played old Mutant Chronicles Warzone, they were a faction inside the Imperials that were basically like these crazy kind of like berserkers. And then I painted up my niece Hacker in his cool trench coat. I rock and roll. I've had this guy for a while, but I put him on a modern base and matched him with my Winter 4 paint job and a niece HMG. I do have a niece Sniper from the Star set, but I didn't feel like painting him, mostly because these just seemed like the more useful of the 2 sets of models. So they're all base coated black, dry brushed with, Storm Vermin Fur. And then detailed, washed down black, which you'll be able to see the same sort of like methodology on the White Banner stuff. It's all just in a drying stage. And then the bases were done with GW Technical Paint Astra Granite, dry brushed with just a couple of lighter browns. And then it was all, this is such a cool find. It was all sealed with Rust-Oleum Dull Primer, or dull Clear Sealer, which I'm pretty sure is Tester's Dull Coat in a different can, because we've been unable to get Tester's Dull Coat here in Canada for a while. It's like sold it at distribution, and yeah, and I've been looking, and Tester's Dull Coat is made by Rust-Oleum. I'm pretty sure this is the same stuff, and I sealed these guys with it, and they look just fine, and like way more chip proof. And actually, I resealed these guys with it as well, which is the rest of my Winter 4 army. So I'm pretty happy with the results, and they seem way more chip resistant than with Dull Coat, because the new Dull Coat's not the best. I'm going to do the gouache varnish on their hats and their visors and stuff again after this is good and dry. But I'm really happy with the result, and this is 25 points. Minus a Fusilier, actually. It's 11 models. It's supposed to be 10 models. It actually becomes kind of hard in CodeOne to take small point models. At 30, you'd really struggle to not take a bunch of really big, like expensive models and to like find the room for Fusiliers and stuff. So you kind of drop your Fusiliers out fast just to make up the points, and you do tend to take a lot of heavy hitters. But I'm pretty jazzed about this. This is 25. Actually, this is 26 points with the extra Fusilier, who gets dropped for a 25-point game, which is the mid-tier game size, which I'll be featuring for CodeOne. And here's my expansion for Yu Ching. I've got the Dire Foe, the special character, and then the Hacktow Hacker, who's an amazingly powerful piece, and a Tiger Soldier with a combi rifle. Again, these are all CodeOne compatible models, and I decided I was going to take it up an extra 10 points, so that's 10 points on the nose, 6 points for the Hacktow, 2 points for the Dire Foe, and 2 points for the Tiger Soldier. And then this is like an HVT style model, but only usable in Dire Foe. It's not usable in, you don't use HVTs in CodeOne. And over here, I dug these guys out. Check it out. Pit Fighter, Troll Slayer. Big thanks for everybody to help me find these guys, and the Witch Hunter. And they're going to get painted up as some alternates. I cannot find my Warrior Priest for the life of me. He's somewhere. I know I have that miniature. I cannot find him. He's got to go in the dip to get stripped down. And then over here, some Kaplan Tactical Services, which I'm jazzed to paint up for my NA2 armies. They're really cool, like mercenary models, basically. And they're just cool sci-fi models. Like, forget even using them for Infinity. I have so many things I could use these for. and they're really, really cool. And I'm just painting them up in some like dark grays, greens, and blacks, as lots of these models. It's funny because the Hacked has almost the same color scheme that I'm painting right now. I'll probably use the same methodology to do it. And then over here, this is project for next week. I need to build a starting warband to do Perilous Dark, and I'm doing it solo, which means I got to take a full warbands, Wizard Apprentice, and then as many here as I can fit in. And I got the Deus Vault Teutonic Infantry to mix up with Frostgrave Soldiers 1, which is the sprue over here, the Soldiers 2, the Cultists, the Wizards, and there's some Barbarian and like Frostgrave bits in there too. All the North Star stuff, plus the Fireforged Deus Vault Knights to do some like heavy armor like Templars and things. So I am jazzed to get converting, and I basically, my plan is I want to make one of every character type for Perilous Dark, I think out of plastics, including my Wizard Apprentice. So I want to do a Wizard I haven't done yet, which means not an Illusionist, not a... Because I did an Illusionist, I did George Michael. That's right, I did Job. George Oscar Bluth. George Oscar and then George Michael, which were the two, the Wizard and the Apprentice. This is Arrested Development, I'm an idiot. It's Illusions Michael. And then I did my Sigilist, which is Hrothgar, who is my original OG wizard. And so Sigilist, and then like Owen's done Summoners and stuff. I just want to do something that we haven't done yet. Maybe a Chronomancer, or no, Owen did a Witch. So yeah, I have to think of one we haven't done yet. Give me some suggestions, and I'll build a warband around it. And then I'm gonna start doing Perilous Dark. But I'm jazzed because I love these sprues. They mix and match so nicely, and I've got tons of stuff to like kit bash to do some cool conversions and stuff. And we're gonna take it back to Felstad. So I got 3 models done, not quite the 89 of last week or 88 or whatever it was, but still lots of miniatures. I almost got to 6 if I'd finished the Yu-Ching stuff, but I'll be honest, I took a nap today. I rode my bike a bunch this weekend, so I took a nap today and didn't finish them. So that's why they're half done for this video. But you'll see them coming up in a week or two. Actually, the second Galveston video went up to like yesterday, and then I'm going to announce the winner of the prize of the Monk, the cool limited edition Monk event only next week on the paint table. So if you hear your name drawn next week, that should be pretty exciting. And then I'm gonna actually feature that dull coat, or that sealer, that my solution for Dester's dull coat tomorrow on Witches and Wonders. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time for more on the paint table. Till then, I'm Ash. Happy burning. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below to get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.